guys, it's Annie, a houseplant enthusiast. I grow around 150 houseplants in my apartment, and a couple of years ago when I started growing houseplants, I was a completely newbie, and it took me quite a time to figure out plant-related questions. So I'm here to share my experience, to share my knowledge, and hopefully it will save you some time. So today I'd like to talk about Chlorophytums. You probably heard them being called spider plants. It's because they have those offsprings that look like spiders. Nothing like spider to me. I'll talk about different varieties and species, care tips, my experience with this plant. Chlorophytums are evergreen perennials, and I personally think that these plants are perfect for newbies. They'll help you to grow confidence, and since you would be able to grow it, you would want to grow something else, as happened to me. Orange-legged variety that I have, it's called Chlorophytum Orchidastrum green orange, and probably not many of you have heard or even seen this plant because it's not very common. This guy can bring two different feelings when placed on the different levels, you know. If you put it somewhere down, you look at it from above, you can see an orange star that is slightly glowing from these green leaves. And when you put it somewhere up, you'll be seeing this orange glow with the light green around it. Actually, it's so beautiful. I didn't have much trouble with it. You can see only some brown tips, but they are because of grow lamps. They burn a bit. Yeah, that's my pet, Valenok. He helps me a lot with my gardening. And next I'm going to speak about Chlorophytum comosum. It's a common spider plant. So this is Chlorophytum comosum vittatum. It has a white variegation in the middle of the leaf. Chlorophytum types are Chlorophytum comosum variegatum. It has green center and white edges. And the original Chlorophytum comosum has all green leaves. And green variety is much more shade tolerant. So what conditions are good for growing Chlorophytum plants? Bright and direct light. Yeah, what does it mean? So what conditions are good for growing Chlorophytum plants? As about light, everybody is talking about bright and direct light. But what actually does it mean? As you may see here, it's like eastern facing window. We have sun here in the mornings, around 11 o'clock it goes off. This is probably how I would describe bright indirect light. So my experience, I've been growing Chlorophytums in south facing window. I've even seen them being grown under artificial light, but they didn't look their best while being grown under artificial light, and for sure it was a common variety, no variegated, the green leaf I mean. I've also been growing, as I've already said, my Manias grows under grow light. When I've been growing my Chlorophytum on south-facing window, they constantly been having brown edges, but I didn't have a place to put them other than on the window, so they grew good actually. And they were putting small babies always. They've been. What does it mean when your Chlorophytum has baby? It means it blooms. Yeah, they put these arrows that first bloom. The blooms are small white flowers. Some people say they're not pretty, but I think everything plant related is pretty. This is baby. This arrow had already bloomed, and this is a small baby that can be cut. I usually put them into a jar with water to propagate. If you can see it here, I just take those arrows and put them right into the same pot. I believe this way my plants become more bushy. How about watering? Yeah, what about watering? You know, I used to overwater all of my plants, and who doesn't? Either you forget about watering them, or you just care so much that you keep watering them. Watering! This plant should be watered moderately, and it can tolerate the periods of drought, but don't make those periods too long. I water my plants maybe once or twice a week. About repotting, I change soil for my Chlorophytums every year. I don't want them to grow too big or to replant them into a bigger and bigger pot every year. So what I do, I take them off, clear all the soil, maybe cut roots a bit, and then I put them into the same pot with the freshly made soil. And so this way I also don't need to fertilize them during the vegetation period, because there's enough nutrients in the soil.